A man must leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one. That's what the word of God says. The two becoming one. In this video, I'll be talking to you about why a man must leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife. Coming right up. In the book of Genesis chapter 2 and verse 24, it declared to us that, "Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one." This is very important, guys, especially for those of us that are married and those of you that desire to be married. This is great information for you to really learn and take some notes from, right? The Bible said that, "Wherefore shall a man..." Let's kind of stop there for a moment. The Bible didn't say that a male leave his father and his mother. The Bible didn't say a boy leave his father and his mother. The Bible said that, "Wherefore shall a man leave his father and mother and cleave to his wife." There is a big difference between a male and a man. A man must know who he is and what he wants out of life. A man must always display godly characters and know who he is. A man must know his purpose and he must know his destiny in life. A man must lead by example. A man is not a follower. A man is a leader because God created him to lead. Notice that God did not create the woman until Adam was able to take responsibility for her. God did not create the woman until Adam was fully polished as a man, having all the trimmings and all the character and the personality that a real man is supposed to have. I'm sorry to say, brothers, but if you're not in a position to take on the responsibility of a husband, then you should not be looking for a wife. And if you get married and you didn't have all the ducks in a row, it's okay, but you have got to be working to become a better version of yourself. That is the key to a successful husband, to a successful family. The man being in position to lead and to honor his responsibility and his assignment as a husband. See, the Bible tells us in Genesis chapter 2 and verse 15 that before God gave Adam anything, God gave Adam work. In Genesis chapter 2 and verse 15, it declared to us that God said that, "Adam, I want you to work this garden in Eden, and I want you to cultivate it." So Adam must be building something. He was working it and he was protecting it. I want you to listen to me, ladies. A man must be working and he must be protecting you. If he cannot work, he cannot protect you. If he cannot protect you, he's not serious about the marriage. A husband must be productive. A husband must be a builder. A husband must be a cultivator. When God give a man a wife, I don't really believe that God find a wife for a man. I believe that God position women and position men to find each other. But when a man decide to marry a woman, let me put it like that. When he decide to marry his wife is like a raw material in a sense. Of course, she's beautiful, she's attractive, she's educated, but she's like a raw material. And it's that man creative genius that will help to bring out the best in her. It is that man creative ability to grow, to build, to cultivate, have goals, dreams, visions, aspiration, and is willing to talk to his wife about it so that she can also help him and they can help each other to build something special in the relationship and in the marriage. One of the characteristics of a man that a woman is attracted to is a man that is working, a man that is innovative, a man that is a builder, a man that knows who he is and what he wants out of life. That is a very attractive man. And do you know why? Because one of the things about a woman is security. And they don't want to get into any relationship unless they know that the man is in position to make and to do something that can secure them in the relationship and in the marriage. A man must have the image of God on full display in his life all the time. It is that kind of man that should be looking for a wife. Guys, it is that kind of man that's supposed to be pursuing a woman as a love interest. It is that kind of man, ladies, that you want to get married to. It is that kind of man that you want to love, honor, and cleave to. That's the kind of man that you need in your life. That's the kind of woman that you want to love and honor and cherish. The Bible said that the man must leave his father and his mother. Not the woman. The man must leave his father and his mother. See, the woman does not leave home, go looking for a man. You see, it's not in her character. It's not in her DNA. She was not designed by God to be a chaser. Matter of fact, the woman is always on display. She's always visible to be found by a man. But it's not her job to go looking for a mate. The Bible said that the man leave his father and his mother. Why is it important, guys? It is important to the story. It's important to the nature of God, the nature of man, and the nature of a woman to understand this. Because a woman always needs security. She needs to be secure in the relationship with her father. Before a man can marry a woman, traditionally, he needs to leave and go to her house and ask for her hand in marriage. Why is this important to the story? Because the reality is that when a man asks for a woman hand in marriage, you're saying to the father that I want to love your daughter the way you used to love her. I want to take care of her the way you took care of her. I want to treat her like the queen that you raised her to be. A father is the first person that a woman supposed to love. From her birth to the time that she get married, you are the blueprint. You are the prototype. You are the template that she's going to use to determine how a man is supposed to treat her. You are that person that she's supposed to look to for guidance. You see, why is it important? Because a woman always needs security. And the first security she needs is from her father. And then when she is of age and she desires to be married, the man go to her house and asks for her hand in marriage. And then the father will now endorse that person if he feels like he fit the profile and qualify to date and to marry his daughter. Guys, this may sound crazy because we don't do this in our culture today. And that's one of the reasons why so many women are getting hurt in their lives and in relationship. There's no gatekeeper for their heart. The father is the gatekeeper of his daughter's heart. Oh God, I'm trying to help somebody. I'm going to say it again. The father should be the gatekeeper of the heart of his daughter. Don't you know that when a father really loves his daughter and honor and respect and treat his daughter with the utmost respect, there's no joker of a man who would want to go into his house and trying to date his daughter. He doesn't want to come home to a man like that. The moment that girl started to talk about her father and how great of a dad he is and how wonderful of a father and how the father take care of her and love her and honor her and make her feel like a princess, that fool automatically know that the woman is measuring him with her father. That's the blueprint that a woman's supposed to be able to use to determine whether a man fit the profile of what and who she wants to marry. But unfortunately, most women are not raised with a father figure in their lives. And so they don't know how to navigate through the tough terrains of relationship because they don't have a father. Let me break it down to you another way. See, when you ask for her hand in marriage, and on that wedding day, notice that you are at the altar and the father walked the bride down to you. The officiating officer asks the question, who gave this woman to be married to this man? And the father says, I do. It's at that particular time and place that there was a transfer of security, a transfer of responsibility from the father to this man that is married. Oh God, help me. There is a transfer of responsibility from the father to the husband. It is now the husband's responsibility to love her, to honor her, to be a source of guide. You are the priest of her life. Guys, this is how God intended for it to be. All the craziness that's going on right now, there's no man in the home. There's no father in the home. You're getting married and moving your husband into your home, into your shack, into your mother's house, into your parents' house. That's not how it's supposed to be. That's not God's intent for marriage. The man must leave his father. The woman is supposed to stay at home, or if you are not at home, you still need the protection of your father until a man is worthy enough to take on that responsibility to father you. Because a husband is still a father. See, I know you don't get this kind of teaching and nobody's teaching it this way, but this is how God intended for it to be. On my channel, on our channel, we're going to speak the truth. We're going to tell you what you need to know. My wife and I, 27 years of marriage, we started out not understanding the principle of what it takes to grow, to mature, and to build a successful marriage. Hear me, guys. I'm very passionate about the subject. I'm very passionate about relationship. I am passionate about family and marriage. And this is God's will, that the man supposed to honor his responsibility, cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one. When you consummate that marriage on that wedding night, in a sexual connection, a sexual encounter, you seal the blood covenant with your wife, with your husband, and you are now connected for life through that entity. Now I want you to watch this. You are now responsible for her, to protect her, to love her, to guide her, to lead her. She is now your family. Your job is to make sure that no one comes before her. Outside of God, she is your top priority. Not your mother, not your siblings, not your ministry, not your job, not your business. Your wife becomes the most important person in your life. That is the word of God. That's what the word of God says. A man must leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife. So if you're not ready for marriage, if you're not in a position to honor the responsibility that comes with marriage, then you have no business dating. You have no business trying to find a wife. What you need to do is to find yourself. Because before you need a woman, you need God. Before you need a woman, you need purpose. Before you need a woman, you need to be cultivating and building something. Because a woman does not fulfill a man. A man is fulfilled by God, he is fulfilled by his purpose, and he is fulfilled by his destiny. If you're not complete or you're not pursuing these three entities, you will always find yourself empty. You will always find yourself looking at other women. You'll always find yourself saying that you're not happy in the relationship. Why? Because you are not happy with yourself. Adam didn't need a woman to be happy. What Adam needed was God's love, God's friendship and relationship. What he needed was purpose. What he needed was responsibility. What he needed was assignment. And God gave him those things. It was God that said it's not good for the man to be alone. And God did not even create the woman for Adam. God created the woman because Adam needed a helpmate. God created the woman because Adam was lonely. He didn't have anyone that he could relate to. It was Adam that decided to take on the woman as his wife. The Bible says that God presented the woman to the man. God didn't give the woman to Adam. God presented her. So the woman was on display for Adam to see. And Adam saw her, desired her, and said, "You are bone of my bone. You are flesh of my flesh. I will call you woman because you came out of me." And it was that moment that Adam decided to take her to be his wife. And the Bible said that Adam said that, wherefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and cleave to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. You have a responsibility to love your wife. You have a responsibility to honor. You have a responsibility to leave your mother and your father and cleave to the woman that God has given you. She is now your family. You now have a responsibility, just like her father did, to love, to honor, to serve, and to protect her. Whether you like it or not, that's Bible. That's biblical. And if you're not living that, if you're not doing that, you are not operating in your God-given responsibility as a husband and as a provider. I hope that you are blessed by this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like and share this video. And I cannot wait to see you in the next one.